Okay, so you've asked me how I nudge ChatGPT along when I am creating content. So I'm going to try to show you that process here really quick. And what I do is I start out with a website or a web application called Surfer SEO. And Surfer SEO helps coach me on the things that my article needs in order to rank in Google. So for instance, what I'll do with Surfer SEO is I'll come here to the keyword research and I'll type in something like Apple Notes. I recently been getting some hits on my Apple Notes blog post, so I want to kind of beef that up a little bit. And I'll tell it to generate keyword research. Now, it'll think about that, and I've already done this, so I'm going to take you to what it shows me. But after clicking the Create Keyword Research, I get a tab like this. And what I have here is different keywords or pillar posts or keyword groupings, or I'm not sure the exact SEO term. But these are basically articles that Surfer SEO thinks I should write in order to rank for the keyword term Apple Notes. And here it's really great. I can sort this by intent. So informational posts, I can search this by keywords, how many keywords are in the cluster range, the search volume, the content score, so on and so forth. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, show me the ones that are going to be easy to rank for to the ones that are going to be hard to rank for. As we can see on a scale of 1 to 10, most of these are already pretty difficult to rank for. But if I scroll down, I'll see here Apple Notes handwriting to text. Now, if I were to click any of these purple icons with the pen and paper, it's going to create a content writer for me. And I've already done this for the Apple Notes handwriting to text. So if I come back here to my content editor up here in the menu bar, I'm going to see I have Apple Notes handwriting to text. Okay. And this is going to give me my blank document. And a couple things here. First of all, if I click the gear icon, this is going to let me go through and select which sites I actually want to compete with. Okay, so for instance, Mac Rumors here, pretty good site. Their content score is low. They have an authority of 8, and they only have 760 words on their page. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say I want to compete with them for ranking. They're also in position 1. So I'm going to go through these different sites and select which ones I want to compete with and which ones I don't. Then I'm going to look at my content structure. Right now, Surfer SEO is saying I should have between 1,400 and 1,700 words, 13 headings, 39 paragraphs, 12 images, and it's giving me the keywords or terms that I should be using when I write my document. Also, it's giving me topics and questions that I should make sure that I answer. I go through all of that, kind of fine tune it to make sure it's something I want to cover. And then I say, let's go. It gives me this dashboard. Okay. I have the content score graph here. I know if I get into green, I'll be ranking well with Google. So what I want to do is I definitely want to get above 55. I really want to get to 84 or higher. Here's my benchmarks that I want to hit. How many words, how many headings, how many paragraphs, how many images. 12 images for this article. That's going to be a bit tough for me, but we'll see what we can do. And it's giving me all the key terms that I should be using in my article, along with how many times I should be using them. Now, with all that being said, if I come up here and I click these 3 little dots, it's going to give me the option to download this as a text file. And if I do that, I've already done that. It's right here. Just gives me everything in a text file. This is where I start going to ChatGPT. So I'm just going to resize my windows here a little bit. I'm going to jump over into ChatGPT in a new chat. I want to make sure I am using GPT-4. This model, I believe, works a whole lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start telling ChatGPT what I need to do. So I'm going to say I am writing an article for my personal productivity blog about Apple Notes handwriting to text. Sorry, sometimes I am a horrible speller. This article needs to be, oh, before I get to that part, I ask it for titles. So I say, give me 10 SEO optimized and engaging titles for this article. And it's going to come out and give me 10 title ideas. I wait for that to be done. Already, I'm kind of liking the second one. It seems like I always like the second one. I'm just going to go ahead and select that one right now. And then what I can do is I can come over here to Serve for SEO, put that in right now as the title. So let's do that. I'm going to want to change this to an H1 heading. The minute I do that, notice how my score jumps up. Okay, again, I'm trying to get it to the green. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to tell ChatGPT that I've selected that title. Great. I'm going to be working with, then I give it the title. Okay. Now next I'm going to give it what I need this article to contain. I'm going to say this article needs to be between 1,400 to 1,700 words, more than 39 paragraphs, contain 13 to 28 headings and subheadings. Then I tell it what questions it needs to answer. Additionally, this article needs to answer the following questions. And I come down here and I pick the first 5 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 7 today. I'm just going to take these 7 questions, copy them, paste them right in here. And then I'm going to say, GPT, give me the outline for this. So give me a detailed outline for this article, including all headings and subheadings. Okay, and let's see what we get. This part does take a while. Seems like it's thinking really hard about this. But as we can see, I'm getting headings like, for instance, introduction. And then introduction has 3 subheadings. The benefits of using Apple Notes for handwriting to text, the convenience of digital note-taking and handwriting features, an overview of questions addressed in the article. It's going to go on and on and on, giving me all the different H2 and H3 headings that I'll be using in this article. Sometimes I do fear ChatGPT likes to get a little wordy. All the times that I've done this, the article that I create has more than the maximum amount of words that Serve for SEO is recommending. Sometimes I'll split up articles. Sometimes I'll strip out sections. In any case, I work with it. ChatGPT just helps me in the process. It helps me greatly, but it helps me. Okay, so now we have the complete outline. What I do next is I come here to the first section and I tell it, write me section, and then I paste the section in there. Okay, the whole thing. But this is where Surfer SEO comes in. I'm going to grab Surfer SEO, kind of bring this over to the side here so that I can see this dashboard as I'm typing to ChatGPT. And for this first one, I'm going to say, be sure to use the following key terms. Can I just copy and paste that, I wonder? No, not well anyway. Ooh, but I bet I can in the text document. So I want this one. And how lazy can I possibly be? Then I want this one. Actually, that's just too much of a pain in the ass. Pain in the butt, sorry. So let's just type this in. Okay. I also want to include handwritten notes. Convert handwritten notes. Convert, nope, Apple Pencil. Apple Pencil. Notes app. Handwriting recognition. Converting handwriting. Convert handwriting. Boy, that's nice. I love that it thinks that that's two separate terms. Again, my spelling is awful. How many terms do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like to give it 10. So, handwritten text and handwriting recognition app. Great. So now that I have those terms in there, what I'm going to do is hit enter. So here we go. So it's writing me out that first section, the introduction of my article. I'm going to let it write all this out. And then once it's done, I'm going to copy and paste that into Surfer SEO. We're going to see what we get. The first section and the second section are just a little bit different. But once you hit the second section, I use the same process from that all the way through. Just waiting for ChatGPT to finish up here. A lot of times I will read this as it goes through. I will look for any inconsistencies or anything ChatGPT is saying that I didn't want it to say. If it does that, then I either tell it to rewrite that, or I go back up and tell it to regenerate the response and add more specific instructions. For instance, to include cursive, to describe how using cursive using handwriting text, to add a whole nother section, to remove a section, to quit using the word we. Any of those things I've done before, just to get it more into line with what I want it to say. I should also note that part of my overall process is once I've gotten this all into Surfer SEO, I go back with Grammarly, go through all of this, reread it, take out crazy things, just make it sound more like me. All right, so I paste that content in. We jump up to a rating of 36, which is great. I'm going to come in here. Our introduction should have a tag of H2 or a heading tag of H2. Then since this is a subheading of introduction, I come in here and make this H3. Notice my score is still going up because I'm including more headings, and keywords are being used in headings, which is always good. Okay, great. So I have my first section in there. All right. Also notice that over here, a couple things have happened on my scoreboard. Apple Notes handwriting the text has been used 3 times. Surfer SEO recommended that I only use it once, so it's telling me don't use it anymore. I'm coming close to hitting the green light on some of these others, but notice I've already hit the green light on some of these other key terms. So what I do is I come here to adjust, click off this optimize terms, and now everything that was green automatically disappears. So that means I've already used it. I don't need to use it again. Which, now that I have my first section in, I go back to ChatGPT. I take the instructions I gave it before, copy it, paste it. I come up and I find section 2. Copy section 2, paste that in here. Okay, but now we're at the key terms. Okay, we know we don't want to use this one anymore. So I'm just going to delete that out. Handwritten notes we still want. Convert handwritten notes we still want. Apple Pencil we still want. Notes app we still want. Handwriting recognition is now out of that list. So we want to take that one out. Converting handwriting is in there. Convert handwriting is gone. So we want that one out of there. Handwritten text is still in there. Handwriting recognition app is still there. Notice that one's not yellow. We didn't come close to using that one at all. So I've removed 2 terms. So let's add in the next 2 terms. iPhone users and handwritten note. Okay. But now, since I have one here that's already in the red, has that down arrow, I want to tell ChatGPT to not use that term. So I'm going to say, do not use the term. I'm going to actually say terms because this is going to be growing as we go on. Apple Notes handwriting to text. Okay, great. So I've given ChatGPT its instructions. Here we go. Let's see what we get with section 2. We're going to give it time to generate everything there. Seems like right now I could use some background music. Who knows? Maybe I will add that. Again, it's going through. I kind of glanced this over. Frankly, a lot of times I'm more worried about Surfer SEO and the score than what's actually coming here. I know I will catch my content as I do the grammar check before I actually publish this online. Great. So it's done with that. Let's grab this section. We're going to do the same thing again. I'm already up to 49. I noticed that some more key terms kind of dropped off there, which means I hit them well, or ChatGPT hit them well. Doing my formatting. Okay. So now I have section 2 done. Now I want to show, oh, I did get rid of a lot of terms in here, I see now. So let's go ahead and do section 3. When I do section 3, though, hopefully I'm going to find a way to actually nudge ChatGPT into a different response. So do the same thing I did before. Copy my instructions for section 2. I'm going to come back up here, get my section 3, paste that in here. I'm going to go through and do my key term things again. So handwritten notes is now gone. We've taken care of that one. Convert handwritten notes, we still need to hit. Apple Pencil, we still need to hit. Notes app, we still need to hit. Converting handwriting, we still need to hit. All of these have been hit. So I can get rid of those. So that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. I need to add 6 more terms. So let's go hand writing recognition app. Best hand writing recognition app. Hand written words. PDF or JPEG files. How many does that give me now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. And writing app. Text recognizer app. Okay. Again, we've only gone into the negative with one of those terms. So let's tell ChatGPT to generate that section. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm reading through this as it does it. I want to try to nudge it into a different direction here in a minute. I already think I know what I'm going to do here. I do have to point out, I was just going to say, I want to nudge this more in the direction of iPads. I got to give ChatGPT props. It knows the Apple Pencil only works on the iPads. Wow. Wow. This is pretty impressive, actually. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 things real quick here. I'm going to take this section, and just like before, I'm going to copy and paste it into Surfer SEO. I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to do with that score. This is the most fun of the process, is seeing what happens to this little dashboard up here. I'm up to 56 already. All right, so let's give me my H2 header there. This one's going to be H3. This one's 56. Nice. Look at that. Just got a phone call that came through. That should tell me to make sure I click on Do Not Disturb in the future. But in any case, we see here that we're up to score 57. That's really great. Okay. But I'm going to come back here. I'm just going to tell ChatGPT, that's a great section, but please add something about how taking notes on the iPhone is great when being mobile. And here we go. ChatGPT is going to rewrite that whole section. And notice it's trying to put in stuff with portability. Did it have that before? No, it did not have portability before. So it's starting to put in that whole mobility section. So in any case, I'll let this finish up. I wonder what it's going to say here for stylists. Is it going to give us the same list? Let's see and find out. The Donnet-3, that's what it said last time. Wacom Bamboo Fine Line. Yep. So basically, as it finishes up this section, that's how I use ChatGPT. First I do is I tell it to give me the outline. And then I work with each outline, each part of my article in a specific section of the outline. Rewriting it as I need to, and then copy and pasting it into Surfer SEO in this instance, just to see my score. From there, something I'm not going to get into in this video is I run Grammarly on that, just to make sure my grammar is well, take out any repetitive stuff, proofread it at that time, just kind of put those finishing touches on it. Usually when I write my articles, I will go over the words section, I will go over the heading section. And what I'll do is sometimes I'll go in and I'll remove words, remove headings, and see how that affects my score. I'll also see how adding images can affect my score, to see if it'll bump it up enough to actually warrant putting in that number of images. So in any case, that's how I use ChatGPT and Surfer SEO to kind of nudge my articles along. Hope that helps. If you have any questions or anything, give me a holler. All right, have a great one.